are we doing? How are we? Um, I'm not well, bitch. I feel as though I'm starting to either catch a cold or these are just allergies. But I'm thinking this might be the beginning of a cold. So I really just came here to say hello, see how you guys are doing. Um, I feel like I look like shit. Yeah, I feel like I look like shit. But like already I feel like my nose is like my sinuses are draining. So I don't know. I'm sick of like being sick. I feel like I've had a lot of issues with being sick this year. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I do need more vitamin D. I don't know. But it's a lot. Um Very pixelated and like is the stream better now? I see I'm pixelated and laggy. Well fuck. Let me read. I do need more vitamin D from my husband. I do. Hey MOP, hey Ryan. Hey DJ, welcome to the chat, everybody. Whatever that was, did it? Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, I look like complete shit. Look at me. My eyes are red. It looks like I've been smoking weed or something. I've never smoked weed a day in my life. Isn't that crazy? Hey Leah. Yeah, we're not gonna be live long. I just want to check in with you guys, see what was going on. How's everyone doing? Happy Sunday. Church was great this morning. Jazz shows were I went to jazz shows all weekend. Busy weekend. It's been a very busy weekend. Tomorrow, I'm not planning to do anything major tomorrow. I'm planning to do nothing major tomorrow. Way better. I can actually distinguish your mustache from your lips. Oh, thank you. Ryan, you're so shady. Yes, I did actually trim up my face and my hair a little bit. You guys know I've been saving money. I've been cutting my own hair, which like I look like trash when I cut my own hair, but I look like even bigger piece of trash if I don't cut it at all. So yes, I did do a little bit of trimming here and there. Thank you for noticing. Oh, let me do I you know what? I am gonna clean my glasses because I will feel a bit better if I can see better. Do you know what I mean? Wow. 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 It always amazes me. It always amazes me how much clearer I can see after cleaning my glasses. I do sound like hell. I cut my own beard and look at me. Well, you are handsome, Ryan. I cut my own beard and look at me. Yeah, my beard is my best feature. Your beard is your best feature. I do love your beard. It makes you very attractive. Yeah, I'm gonna go brew some tea. I like DC packing, but prefer enabling yaps personally. The live chat is on. We're on. Thank you, Leah. I do feel better from like having clear eyesight. Like imagine. Imagine clear eyesight being impactful to your overall health. Yeah, that's me right now. I think I'll be fine after I get like I'm not waking up early tomorrow. I'm not waking up early tomorrow. I'm not getting out of bed before 10. That's just not happening tomorrow cuz I don't have to. So I'm not going to. I do have I do have some work to do tomorrow that I'm going to do, but I can do it all from home. Like I don't have to go out to the restaurant. Um though they're probably expecting me, but that's not going to happen. Um I've got some classwork I have to do for my cooking classes. Um it's giving sinus debauchery for sure. That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving for sure. I just need to be drained. You know, I did hear about some viral videos recently where people were doing this at home draining, like sinus draining situation, and then all this gunk, like gallons of gunk was coming out of their head, and I was just like, oh my god, I want to vomit. But that's what I need. Like I need someone to just literally suck everything, like get like suck, like suck everything out. Like I want to be dry as a whistle. Like I want them to vacuum. I need them to vacuum every ounce of mucus and slime out of my sinus. That's what I need them to do. You gotta get a steady hand and a good set of trimmers. I use a Kiss trimmer, and it's by far the best trimmer I've ever used. Kiss trimmer. Tell me more about this. Kiss trimmer. Kiss trimmer. I do need to get a trimmer. I do. It's a cordless T blade. Oh yes, T blades. I love it. I love a T blade. I love a T blade. I was looking at Babyliss or Babyliss. They've got a nice T trimmer. That's what I need. Oh, it's only $35. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's gold. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna look into that. Yeah, $35 and you can get 20% off on your first purchase. Absolutely. Absolutely. And see, that's what I don't have. I don't have a tea trimmer. Like I just have like I don't know what you call it, but what you go over your head with. I only have that. I don't have like the whole trifecta of it all. I use my boyfriend's shaver, which he hates that I use his shaver, so I need to get my own shaver. So I use his shaver. It's not even a good shaver, low key. Sorry if you're listening. He never watches my content, so I don't have to worry about him. But yeah, I need to get my own shaver, my own trimmer. Those are the most important things I need right now. Thank you, Micah Walker. I might sacrifice a finger just to pinky to sleep until 10. I haven't seen the brighter side of 8 a.m. since Alex was born. Oh my god, girl, I can't imagine. He's almost 6. Hey, David Portillo Davila. I was wondering if you were going to come on today. Well, I wasn't going to come on today. Honestly, I wasn't. But you know me, my benevolence knows no bounds, as you know. So I'm here because my benevolence knows no bounds. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Kiss Trimmer. It looks interesting. DJ's just lurking. DJ's lurking, I'm sure. Went back to lurking, I suppose. We miss our king. The one you use on your head are also called trimmers, but they have a much larger selection of guards. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's what I use to cut like the top of my head. But I would love to have T trimmers to like really give myself a decent lining to kind of edge up this area right here. Because as you can see, it's looking very lopsided. It looks like a lopsided pussy. That's how this looks, like a lopsided hairy pussy is what my hair is giving. My hairline is giving that much. So I think a tea trimmer will be really, really effective. Oh, he was checking out Kiss trimmers. Yeah, they're affordable too. Very affordable. I have precisely 18 small dishes to complete, catching up from a clusterfuck of a weekend. I got this. BRB. Oh yeah, you're good, girl. Can't start getting lazy on us. Your consistent content each week depends on these streams, plus your bank account as well. That part. That part. Listen, I don't have time to be slacking. It's like the way I thought about it, it was like, okay, Joe, you only have one more day of streaming before Friday, like maybe a bonus Wednesday, but you've got to show up tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? It's one more day. And then you can rest all fucking week, you know? $35 MOP, $35. By the way, y'all, we've got to get one of my videos up to 1,000 views. So we got to get one of my videos up to 1,000. I haven't got 1,000 view video yet since I've been posting my highlights. So we gotta get that together, y'all. Go like the videos. Go engage with the videos. For those that have already done so, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm not talking to you, but for those that have not engaged with the videos or liked the videos, please go do that for me. Because once I get 1,000 views on a video, I'm going to purchase a tinfoil hat for my conspiracy theorists. So I'd also recommend a safety razor for getting crisp. What's a safety razor? Oh my god. DJ, 3 minutes ago I threw 500 Downy Unstoppable Tiny Washer freshening beads all over the laundry room. Oh my god. Why did your eye look like they're gonna pop out of your head? Because I'm sick, baby legs for life. I'm sick. I think I have I don't know. Listen, I'm 35 years old and I still do not know the difference between catching a cold and having allergies. I just don't get it. I'm just not that smart to understand the difference. So I don't know what's going on, but that's what's going on with my eyes and how they look. They look fucking. I look crazy right now. I know I look fucking crazy. They're fine, baby girl. If they fall out, then that must mean that I don't need to be seeing what the fuck is going on. I'd probably feel a little bit of relief if they popped out. Maybe the sinus is pushing the ice out. I don't know. I don't know. But maybe, like I said before, I need them to take a vacuum and vacuum all the mucus and the slime out of my sinus. Like all of it. All it feels like a gallon. I feel like I have a gallon of mucus in my head right now. Suck it out. So, a safety razor is a fine, detailed razor that uses double sided blades. The handles can get expensive, but over the long term, the blades cost 2 cents each. The Henson handle cost $80. So, a razor is a blade. I don't think I want a blade. I don't know. That terrifies me. Can you get a shout out? No, girl. I don't know who you are for a shout out. You just showed up on the scene. Give me a super chat for a shout out. Give me $1. I'll shout you out all day long. Girl, you got the wrong one. I hope you've taken a couple of Tylenol. I have not yet, but I will be before I go to bed. Put some yogurt or applesauce or however you do it. Applesauce, not yogurt, but applesauce. No, girl, you pay me. I'm not paying your ass for me to super chat you. Girl, we don't know who you are. You don't even go here. You use it like a Gillette. It just gives you a much better shave. I never used a Gillette before, Ryan. I've never shaved in my entire life, by the way. Like with like a handle, I've never like with the shaving cream. I've never done that in my entire life. I've only ever used electric razors on my face. So I don't think I want to even try doing that. I have PT I have PTSD of like watching people with like cut marks on their face, little tiny band-aids on their face. I don't have time for that. I don't have fucking time for that. You know what I need? You know what I really want? I want laser hair removal or electrolysis. One or the other. That's what I want on my face because you know what? I have been getting the same fucking haircut at the barber shop for 20 fucking years. I'm not changing it. So all this hair that grows here, I haven't had that hair on my face for 20 years. I always want to get rid of it. So I just want to get rid of it permanently at this point. So once I'm able to afford laser hair removal or electrolysis, I will be getting that on my face 100%. Do birds piss you off? No, Tostino, I love birds. I love a good bird. Brother Blink, I haven't seen you blink once since I've joined. I'm held captive right now. That's why I'm not blinking. I barely touch my electric shaver. That's all I use. 99% wet shave with Gillette sensitive and single use razor. Oh, I could not imagine. You should try it once. A squirrel hair lather brush and bar cream will change your life. I need to just get the laser hair. I need to get the laser hair removal. Is what I need to get. Period. Greetings, everyone, and all hail Overlord Duke. There he is. There he is. And all his glory. Overlord Duke. Now, the only thing I won't laser off is this area. Cause I do play with this area a bit. Have a good night, baby legs. Thank you, baby. Thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate you. Come back soon, okay? I do want to keep this tea here. I like this area. I do play around with this. Sometimes I let this grow down. Sometimes I let that grow down. The gag is that this part grows faster than that part. So sometimes, like the other day, I get annoyed and I just kind of like cut it off, even it back up. So I do want to keep. I like to play with this. Sometimes I like this to be longer. Sometimes I like it to be shorter. Sometimes I'll take this all off. Rarely, it's rare, but sometimes I'll take that all off and I'll just have that up there. So I like to experiment with this part. But in terms of having hair here, having hair under there, I want it to be fucking gone. I want it gone permanently. I've never switched it up in the last 20 years. I'm not going to switch it up the next 20 years. I want it gone. Um Overlord Duke, Guardian of the Bedchamber. That's Duke. Hey Rachel, how are you, Rachel? What's going on, girl? Duke is exploring the dream world, scouting out his next move of dominance and takeover, and he's doing it very well. He's a great strategist. He's a great strategist. Um, MLP, I have a very coarse, thick beard. I go through beard balm, oil, and cream like no one else I know. The Henson razor handles my beard hair beautifully. Hey, Sigma Shot. Don't forget to push your eyes back in. Baby girl, I want them to come all the way out, honestly. Maybe I'll have a little bit of relief if my eyeballs are pushed out completely. I don't know. Oh, so Ryan, let me. Okay, so I misspoke. I misspoke. I've gotten them done at the barber shop. I've gotten a straight razor shave before. It feels no, it's great. Like you're not wrong at all. It feels incredible. It leaves you feeling like like you feel like a baby's bottom afterwards. Like very soft, very supple, very brand new, full of collagen. Like I do love a razor, the feeling, but that's with a barber doing it. I would be a little bit terrified to do it myself. That's what I was saying. That I've never shaved myself, but of course I always get shaved. I always get shaved at um at the barber. Um, but yeah, so not us talking about grooming tonight. We talk about the most interesting things sometimes, don't we? The Henson razor will get you 90% of the way there without the risk of the straight razor. The blade only sticks out 0.03 millimeters. Really? Let me Google it. The Henson razor. But which one? There's a handful of them. Oh no, they're all the AL13. Oh, this is fancy shit, Ryan. This looks really fancy. Oh my god, what color would I want? Would I want the copper or the gold? Or even the tan is cute. I do like the copper. You guys know I love a copper moment. I do love a rose gold moment. I do love a vintage pink moment. This is vintage pink. I love a vintage pink moment. I do, truly. Our hero product, the aerospace quality all metal razor that's been proven to cause less irritation than multi blade alternatives. Okay. I love the vintage pink. The copper. Hmm. Rachel, I'm doing good, staying busy. I hope you can afford that laser soon. Baby girl, I can't afford anything at all. Like my financial life is such a mess right now. Um, it's such a fucking mess, but I will say, you know what? I shouldn't say too much about my private life. I really shouldn't. My partner would not agree with that. But things from the upside, I will tell you with our tenant situation, things are moving forward the way that we want them to move forward. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But, you know, things we thought we were gonna have a squatter for a little bit, but that's not happening. So thank God I had to go to jail. I had to go to jail if I had a squatter. Cause listen, you don't want to leave the house that I pay the mortgage for. Excuse me. If you don't leave voluntarily, you'll leave in an ambulance. Pick your poison. Anyway, don't get me started. Don't even fucking get me started. Whatever. Um, the head design is all the same. The material is the same. It's just the anodizing color. What do you think about Elon Musk saying humans might be immortal in 20 years? Do you trust his words? No, I don't. And I don't think anything about him saying it. He says a lot of stuff. That's what he's striving to accomplish for himself. It's not going to happen, though. I'm glad and thankful for this community show. Aw, thank you, MOP. I appreciate you so much. You're so kind. You're so generous. If you pay an extra $50, you get replacement blades shipped to you automatically for a life for no extra charge. Oh, that's a no fucking brainer, right? That's a no fucking brainer. So how do you use it, Ryan? I know I'm asking like I know if I'm like a 35-year-old going on like 12 who's getting facial hair for the first time, but so how do you use the blade? Do I have to like buy a cream? What do I do? Heck yeah, goodbye, rando dude. Ooh, a squatter. That's wild. No, 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 no. Yeah, I'm not going to even get into it. How is being a landlord? My family are all looking into property and wanting some advice about these things. Well, I'll tell you one thing. You do. I am sickly, Rachel. Yes. So how do I say this? So my partner is the head of our household when it comes to finances. However, there are some things that he does very well and some things that I do very well. Real estate was one of those arenas that he is kind of like overlord of. Investing in the stock market is something that I do very well. Um, Before I met him, I never had an interest in doing real estate because your portfolio is never going to have a clogged toilet. Your portfolio is never going to have um, 12 p.m. at night, midnight calls, emergency calls. Your portfolio is never going to have a squatter situation, right? Like my investments have never had the types of issues that our real estate investments have had. And there's this misconception about investing in the stock market that you can't get a lot of cash flow, but that's not true. There are these things called REITs. Okay, wait, let me see. I'm getting all off track because you know me, I can get onto a tangent. All I'm going to say is this: I don't have a lot of involvement in our real estate dealings, right? Because that is my partner's domain. I help to invest for his retirement and for my stuff. You know, like I do that. He handles all that stuff. And then we also have a property manager who is excellent. He's great. We love him. Um, and he's actually super duper experienced. So that's helpful. I really do think that if you want to get into it, you should be looking to have a property manager because dealing with it yourself is like having another job. It's another job. This whole idea that real estate is passive income, no, it's not. It's only passive income if you're BlackRock. It's only passive income if you've got a million different fucking properties that you don't even look at. If you're looking at it like a portfolio, then sure. If you're hands off, sure. But most people who get into real estate are not hands off. This is literally your second job. So I actually recommend that maybe flipping houses might be a good bet at first because that's going to help you to build up more cash flow in order to buy a place and to maybe buy a couple different places. Um, so that's my advice. You know, really be cutthroat with contractors because the contractors are going to be cutthroat with you. And don't try to cut corners because it always comes back to bite you in the ass. You know, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I will say that. Um, we need a Duke emoji. At 2,000 views on the video, I'll do a Duke emoji. Yeah, I'll do a Duke emoji. Cho, I'm going to a wedding Friday. I'm gonna try to film vlog about it. I'm in it too. Definitely will be fun. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that'll be fun. Hey, Daniel. Also, you can have your sinuses drained, but it's definitely uncomfortable and can leave bruising and whatnot. So it's not ideal, but in a severe situation, possible. Also, look up electric baby snot sucker. Electric baby snot sucker. That's what I need. That is what I need. I need the electric baby snot sucker. Is what I need. I know. What's the best stock to invest in the S&P 500? Well, listen, first of all, there are no best. There's no one size fits all in terms of financial investments for anyone. It depends on a lot of different factors, such as when do you want to withdraw the money? How much do you have to invest? What is your sunset date? Like, are you looking for cash flow? Are you looking for, a nest egg in your retirement? Are you looking to save for a home, for the next 6 years? I don't know. Um, so it depends. But what I will say is that I love large cap stocks, specifically in ETF forms. So SCHG is something I invest in. This is an ETF by Charles Schwab that tracks the largest growing companies in the S&P 500, and it actually beats the S&P 500 overall. So it's something that I like that is consistent in terms of growth. I also invest in something called SCHD. This is the Charles Schwab Dividend Index Fund. This tracks a lot of the companies in the S&P 500 that are also have a positive track record in terms of giving their investors dividends, meaning they pay a share of their profits to people who invest in them. Um, so, of course, that's a self sustaining model because of course people that are getting cash back in order for investing, you're getting lots of cash back, so you're going to invest more, right? So they have more capital to build upon, right? So those are two that I look at in terms of long-term investments. um I also like something called REITs, REITs. These are real estate investment trusts. These companies are by law commanded to share out, I think, 90% of their profit to their investors. Don't quote me on the 90%, but it's a very, very high percentage that they are mandated by law to give back to the investors. And you usually get these dividends in the form of monthly paychecks, right, to your brokerage account. And so that's what I invest in. Realty income, ticker symbol ticker symbol O, is a really great example. You will get back. I think the dividend payout right now is like 6% right now. You get about 5-6% back a year, but it's paid out monthly, as though you have real estate income, monthly income, right? So, and again, ticker symbol O, I never had to deal with a clogged toilet from that investment. Do you know what I mean? Um, but there's pros and cons to all different types of investments. So, um, for example, that real estate investment trust, those dividends are taxed as ordinary income. What does that mean, Joe? That means that no matter how long you're invested in this stock, you are going to be taxed as though it's part of your normal income. It might be 30%. Who knows? However, with the previous investment that I told you about, SCHG, which is Charles Schwab Large Cap Growth Index Fund, you're going to be only taxed like 10% after a year. It's called capital gains tax. So there are tax advantages and tax disadvantages depending on the stocks that you pick. But this is a more it's a complicated question. See, don't get me started, Rachel, because again, it depends. A lot of investors they kind of criticize my approach because I invest as though I'm retired now. I invest for a lot of cash flow today because I prefer flexibility today, right? Um, anyway, I'm like rambling. Let me keep reading comments because I can talk forever about this shit. Oh goodness, Rachel did it. I, yeah, she did. Rachel did it. Yeah, she did. Stop. Okay. Like a regular razor, for the most part, I always do a hot towel wrap before I shave. I'll then cut off some of my shaving cream bar, add water, and work the cream with the brush until I get a lather. Oh my god, I need to see barber content. Can you give me some ASMR barber content, please? Must have a property manager, an experienced one. That part. Apply the cream, let it soak into my skin and hair for about 2 minutes to help the razor glide better, and gently pull the razor against the skin with the grain of my hair. Agree, and property managers have experience with local laws for things like tenant landlord rights, improvements, allowances, and even eviction. They're super handy. I know, I was one. That part, very helpful. My cousin has 3, 4 houses. He got stories and type of stories about the tenants. Girl, don't even get me started. The Gluck Gluck 9000 snot sucker. That's exactly what I need. I'm not huge in real estate, but my family wants to get into it. I'm more interested in investing in high yield savings accounts, Roth IRA, stocks, many more besides. Yeah, girl, I'm there with you. First of all, listen. Don't get me started. No, because now you got me started. Rachel started this. So first of all, if you do not have money in a high yield savings account, I need you to stop what you're doing. And tomorrow on Monday, I need you to pick out one. Ally Bank is what I bank with. I'll put a link in the Discord channel, in the financial channel. I'll put my referral code or whatever. Um, but there's so many out there. SoFi Bank is one. There's 1,000 online banks. There's 1,000 of them, and they're all great. They're all great. Um, but but Ally Bank is great because of the high yield you get, and the dollar and inflation is being eaten alive, even with the high yield savings account. So just imagine if you bank with a traditional bank, um, you're losing money every day, right? I think that if you're trying to build up an emergency fund, which everyone should be doing that, you need to have that in a high yield savings account that's separate from your checking account, right? It needs to be something that's not difficult to access, but not easy to access because this is an emergency account, not for you to be dipping your hands in the cookie jar every 2 weeks, right? So, yeah, if you need advice on that, David, let's talk about it in the finance channel on Discord. This is why we have a Discord because we can talk about all these topics that I'm particularly interested in, that I have a little bit of experience in. Um, let's talk about that. Roth IRAs are great, especially if you make less than $100,000 a year. I think that Roth IRAs are the better retirement tool compared to 401ks, unless you have a 401k match. So for those that don't know the difference between a Roth IRA and a 401k, 401k is tax advantaged on the front end. Roth IRA are tax advantaged on the back end. I'll explain. So, um, let's say you make over $100,000. You're getting taxed up the fucking wazoo. Okay, you're getting taxed up the fucking wazoo. They're stealing your money. Don't get me started on the IRS stealing your money, but they're stealing your money. Okay. So one way you can counteract your high income is by investing in a 401k, especially if you have a match from your employer. What happens is the amount that you invest into your 401k actually reduces the income the IRS thinks you have. So if you make $100,000 a year and you invest $10,000 over the last year, you'll only be taxed as though you made 90,000 that year, right? So it's pretty nice, especially if you're kind of in between tax brackets. If you're in between tax brackets, then that's going to really help because it could put you into a lower tax bracket where you are actually, going to be taxed a lot less. Thank you, Micro. Additionally, when you go back to take that money out, it will be taxed. So that's the thing you have to worry about with the 401ks is that you are reaping the benefits of the tax deferment at the very beginning, but you will be taxed when you withdraw that money. On the flip side, a Roth IRA, you are putting in dollars that have been taxed a million fucking times. You've been taxed on the income taxes. You've been taxed on your sales tax. You've been taxed on da da da. You've been taxed da da da. Tax. So you put money in, and it's already been taxed. But then when you take the money out of your Roth IRA, there's no taxes. So it's not a get rich quick scheme, but it's like a guaranteed way of getting rich if you are consistent in putting in money towards your Roth IRA. When you withdraw at like 20 years later after investing for so long, you're going to be a millionaire depending on how much you're putting in. Now there are limitations to how much you can put into your Roth IRA per year. I think it's like 5,000, maybe 6,000, I don't know. But putting a bunch of money into your Roth and maxing it out every year, it can be really beneficial for your retirement age, because you're going to have a gigantic nest egg from um, from that Roth IRA. So, in conclusion, Roth IRAs is, I think, ideal if you're trying to build up a massive nest egg for later in life. 401ks are great if you are trying to reduce your taxable income. And also, if you're getting free money from your employer, that's always great because there's not many instances where you're going to get free money. So, the 401k match is always number one thing to invest in terms of retirement account. Number two, I would say a Roth IRA if you're looking to build a big nest egg that is going to be tax free when you withdraw it. I also think, by the way, that it's really important to have just a regular portfolio that's not tax advantaged at all. Because with the 401k and the Roth IRA, you can't really withdraw any of the growth without facing severe financial penalties. I think it's like 30%, something crazy like that. You don't want to do it. So I value flexibility and options and freedom and choice. And so I like to have a regular old portfolio that I can withdraw and play with, to my desire, my wildest desires, right? Ideally, you should have a little bit of everything, but you got to start somewhere. But let's talk about it in the Discord channel. I can really go on and on about that stuff in Discord. Boil a big pot of water, put a towel over your head, and breathe in deep. Really? Is all my snot gonna come out then? I hope it does, honey. Just picked up the last dryer crystal from under the washer. I'm so sorry, DJ. After I'm done, I rinse off my face, towel dry, splash my face with aftershave. I'll then apply beard conditioner, cream, oil, and balm in that order. Well, I don't got a beard like you, honey. I don't think I gotta do all that, but that is really helpful. Leah, I love the information. I want to retire someday. Absolutely. I prefer CDs for short term investments. I'll go for mining, waste management, manufacturing, or tech stocks for long term investments. Cho out here giving out stock market game. Better take it in before you start charging you off for. I would never do that. No. Do you support dispensationalism? I don't know what that means. Um, Not DJ spilling all the crystals. That's diabolical. Cho, I sent you the snot sucker. Thank you. It really wasn't utter clusterfuck. I don't know. I don't know of any barber content creators. Oh, I do. I know of quite a few. Ryan, there are some, not many. Tigers definitely a niche you could feel. There's not Tiger. What the fuck? I appreciate the vote of confidence, Leah, but I don't do well in front of a camera unless I'm in a kilt playing my bagpipes. Well, you could start off each barber session in a kilt playing your bagpipes and then go on to um, the cutting. Oh my God, then do that. The fuck? That's right. Yeah. I would get a kick out of that, Ryan, honestly. Is there any risk or disadvantage for high yield savings accounts? Nope, not one. So I will explain high yield savings accounts and why they are superior to traditional banks. Quite frankly, it's because they don't own real estate. Listen, I don't make this shit on real estate so much, but it's just not something that appeals to me. I feel like if you're already rich, if you already have a substantial amount of wealth, then real estate's great because it's just another part of your portfolio that's going to be completely hands off. But I don't think that if you're up and coming, real estate is always the best because there's a lot of risk involved with that. Back to the high yield savings account conversation. The reason they outperform traditional banks is because number one, they don't have a real estate footprint. They don't have a fucking thousand Huntington banks all across the country, right? So they're not paying for mortgages. They're not in debt. They're not paying for all these employees to manage the real estate. Like they don't have the overhead expenses that traditional banks have, which is why they're able to take a lot of that income that they would have been spending on real estate and pay that back to the consumers like you. So, for example, you get pennies every year from investing your savings account with Huntington Bank or Fifth Third or Chase Bank or heaven forbid you were with Wells Fargo. Please, if you're with Wells Fargo, move your money out immediately. They'll probably try to illegally stop you because they have all types of issues with them. Don't even stop. Wells Fargo, stop. Get out of Wells Fargo. Um, but anyway, with a bank like Ally or SoFi, they're gonna pay you 5%. They're gonna pay you 4%, 6%. They're gonna pay you really great rates for you investing your money with them. It's ironic when you borrow money from people, from banks, they charge you interest. There's no reason why it shouldn't be the other way around because when you think about it, what are you doing when you put money to a savings account? You're letting them borrow your money. The bank is borrowing your money. They're not just keeping the money there and like, oh, okay, the money's just there. No, they're taking your money and they're investing it into other things, right? You know? So it's only right that you should be able to charge them an interest. And so investing your money with a high yield savings account is essentially you charging banks a a fee, an interest rate for you letting them borrow your fucking money, right? So no, there are no risks or disadvantages with high yield savings accounts. The only thing I will say is that I wouldn't make a high yield bank your checking account because a lot of these banks don't have a lot of ATMs. A lot of them charge you money for ATMs. So what I do is um, I bank with a couple different banks, right? I have a checking account where I know I can have liquid cash. I can go get cash from an ATM without being charged, and that's fine. But then I have my savings account with online banks so that I'm getting the most bang for my buck, right? So yeah, the only disadvantage is that you may have to pay money for ATMs, ATM fees. That's the biggest issue. Oh, so you think you can just stream a live YouTube video live on YouTube Live while you're on live? Yeah, micro. Hey, girl. Um, would love to talk about stocks, Roth IRAs, brokerage accounts, etc. Me and my family are really finding ways to have our money work for us. Me especially because I'm very young. That's good. What's up with this pegging Discord link? That's the Discord link to our Discord, micro. I've seen a 200% growth in my 401k in the last 6 months. That's awesome. You obviously invest in a lot of growth stocks, obviously. Roth IRA contribution limits are 7,500 per year. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know it got to that high. We can get into it in the Discord. Yeah, please. Always, I mean, always talk to me about stuff in the Discord channel. I'm there 24/7, literally. Hey, Jazz fan, what's going on? You mean your Rofolio? Absolutely, Tyrone T. Hey, Tatiana. Wells Fargo, more like smell fart. So, yeah, Wells Fargo's trash. Real estate is good for long-term investments, and you can get into undeveloped land for 7,500 10K, but it's a bit of a gamble unless you're within 50 miles of a small to medium city that is growing. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'll just say that. Hi, David Boles. I have to go, but you'll see me in the Discord. Have a great night, everyone. Yeah, absolutely. See you, Rachel. He really is there 24/7. He even responds to my stupid shit, so he'll definitely respond to y'all. That part. I do respond on Discord, y'all. I really do respond. I'm on Discord 24/7. That is quite literally the best place to have access to me. Or my Instagram. I'm on Instagram 24/7 too. Hey, do you think houses will ever become affordable again? No. No. And I'll tell you why, Myra. I'll tell you why too. It's really simple. Let me explain. Because the elites don't want them to become affordable. Why would BlackRock want housing to become affordable again when they own most of the market? That's not what they want. So you will continue to see regulations. We'll continue to see development be blocked with roadblocks, and you will continue to see um, issues like that. And of course, with housing becoming unaffordable, and with rents being unaffordable, will once these people, the elites, have created this issue, and now they want to create a solution that will make it worse. So, prime example is rent control. We've created a situation where rents are unaffordable, so let's give a solution that will continue to make rents unaffordable. It's so fucking crazy. It's so fucking crazy. Don't get me started. Um, I'm hopeful that housing will become affordable again, but I don't think so unless there's a crash, which there could be a crash. Listen, we might see another 2008 scale crash. That would be great, honey. That would be fantastic, honey. Save your money now. And this is why saving your money is important, because sometimes there are just these cataclysmic um, economic situations that happen. And what happens when that happens? The rich get rich. People that have cash and they have a large lump sum of money, they take advantage of these things. Listen, whenever the whenever the economy crashes, you know what I do? I go right to my portfolio and I invest, honey. When Donald Trump got into office and all that tariff shit started going on, and the economy crashed, I said, baby girl, yeah, please do it again, Trump. Do it again, Trump. Crash the shit again, honey. Because those are the best times to get deals on stocks. A bad economy is the best thing for a rich bitch, honey. It's the best thing. It's the best thing. It's the best thing, honey. When the economy's doing bad and the stocks are doing bad, that's when you buy shit on sale. It's called a sale. Um, Experts say mid 2026 the bubble will pop. We'll see. Oh, I don't know. Well, that's pretty soon. We'll see. I don't know if it's gonna be that soon, but I'm not into real estate like that, so I don't know. Hey, Salty Gamer. Real estate companies are not going bust, honey. I don't think that's gonna happen. But a generation is about to die out. There's gonna be a big wealth transfer pretty soon. There's gonna be another, especially when they're buying it all up. Yeah, girl. If BlackRock has anything to do with it, no, housing will never become affordable again. There's gonna be another 2008 BlackRock real estate will fold. We can only hope. Go Trump. They will have to uncouple. There's already lawsuits in the works. One good thing administration is doing. Used car prices are crazy too. People have shit around me from 9603 with like 200K plus miles on them, 1 to 10K plus for them. Oh yeah, that's been a mess. Saving doesn't keep up with inflation. Keep your money in liquid stocks. And that's what I was saying, Ryan, earlier about how, having a Roth IRA is great, having 401k is great, but I also believe that having a portfolio that is not tax advantage, that is liquid and able to be moved at will, is also really great for taking advantage of opportunities out there, right? Um, but yes, you need to also keep saving and keep having an emergency fund for your family. Um, the only fear I have of a housing crash is that if it may affect the overall market. Girl, don't worry about the overall market. Listen, the market's gonna market. The market's gonna market. No matter what the fuck you do, it's going to market, and it will rise. That's just the nature of markets. As big as it's just the nature of markets. It's the nature of capitalism. This is why the S&P 500 always goes what? It always goes up. If you zoom out, if you zoom out really far, what does it do? It always goes up. It always goes up. It's never gone down. It always goes up. So don't worry about what the don't worry about the overall market, baby girl. Just be ready to take advantage of opportunities financially. Be ready to take advantage of financial opportunities. And welcome to the chat, by the way, Maya. Welcome, 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 welcome. Right, Ryan. That's what they're saying. Me and fiance are gonna rent until the bubble pops. I don't care if it's 10 years. Experts predict up to 70% drop in prices. I doubt it'll be that. We'll see. Democrats been messing shit up, yeah. But we also don't need Republicans pushing 50-year mortgages. So not too much on Dems. Not too much, honey. Everybody deserves their licks. Everybody deserves their licks, honey. Um, Up, down, up, down, up, down. All which shit isn't stable long. How it's always been. My last used car cost me 500, and the one before that was 450. So I'm very, yo, what the fuck? Used car prices might be here to stay, unfortunately, unless this huge push for EVs ever happens, in which case they'll double or triple. 6 months to a year of expenses is the ideal rainy day fund, and 3 months of gross income for your. Well, I think that all depends on your dependents, Ryan. That's a very subjective thing. I don't think there's a standard. I think that if you have three dependents, then you might need a little bit more, right? If you're single with a dog, if you're a single bachelor with one dog, then your emergency fund might be smaller. You know, it just depends, right? Because three children, three children, three dependents is three potential emergencies, right? Right. So but Ryan's right though. I think that 6 months to a year is the range he should have, and that's again depending on. That's why he gave a range. So I'm stacking money in an individual stock portfolio. My fear is that if the housing market crashes, well, okay. So here's part of the problem. This is opinion. This is just opinion, by the way. Individual stock portfolios, and this is just me. I don't invest in individual stocks heavily. I just don't do it because there's no padding. There's no padding with individual stocks. If you're fucked, you're fucked. I 90% of my portfolio are ETFs or index funds. They're somewhat interchangeable. Um, and yes, you're not going to see the returns as high as you would if you just invested in Apple. However, if the economy crashes, it's not just Apple, right? So it works both ways. You're not going to grow super fast relative to an individual stock, but you're also not going to lose as fast with an individual stock, right? So there's that. Also, you may want to look into REITs. If you are investing in individual stocks, look into BDCs. These are business development companies, REITs, which are real estate investment trusts. Look into some of these types of stocks that will pay you a dividend monthly. Again, these are not tax advantaged at all. They may give you some qualitative dividends, but for the most part, they're going to be ordinary dividends, which will be taxed as ordinary income. But the point of that is, even if the stock crash happens, you're still going to be receiving cash from those stocks every month. And again, I think that's a good way of somewhat padding yourself from a crash. You're still going to get some cash from their dividends monthly. Um, yeah, Best deal I found was an '03 Camry with 240K on it for 2,500. That car should be like 1,500. I can tell Cho is very tired. Very tired. 3 months of income for emergencies should cover most hospital bills through insurance or home repairs. Um, the 6 months to a year is for if you lose your job, so you aren't scrambling for money. Yeah, yeah. In the real world, the majority of people can't afford to do that. Well, yeah. Ryan, good advice. However, many Americans are one accident away from financial ruin. Accident defined as anything from a large vehicle repair to natural disasters. But you said, yeah, it's true. Very true. Guys, I'm gonna go. I'm tired. I apologize. It's been 60 minutes. Once again, my benevolence knows no bounds. I thought I was only gonna be here for 30 minutes, and here I am. The full hour. The full hour. Not the full hour and 30 minutes, but like, I didn't think it was gonna make it past 30 minutes. But y'all got me started with the whole finance conversation. Um, Paul, I love pussy. I'm not gay at all. Hey, fat. You're black, fat. Have a wonderful evening, Troy. I hope you get to feeling better. Good night. Yeah, good night. Thank you, Maya. Feel free to join the Discord channel, by the way. It's in the pinned comment below if you're on mobile, above if you're on PC. Just copy that, like screenshot it, and then put that in a web browser, and you can join. We can continue the conversation about finances over there on Discord channel. We have a finance channel where we can specifically talk about those issues, and I'd love to continue the conversation right over there. And also, Maya, my streams are not always this calm, cool, and collected. I happen to just be kind of sick right now, so I'm not calling you a cunt. I'm not cussing people out, you know. But my energy, my level's not above 9,000 right now. So, um, but I am interested in a variety of things. I talk about whatever. I have an opinion about everything, but there are a handful of topics that I feel confident about. Finances and investing is one of those things. Nutrition, cooking, food is another thing. And what else am I good at? Oh, relationships. I used to have a relationship podcast. I have great relationships in my life, my personal life, my professional life. So I feel very comfortable and confident talking about that. I've had the same friends and new friendships, and I've had friendships for like 20 plus years now at this point. Um, so anyway, there's some things I feel is within my wheelhouse. Finances is one of them, even though I'm struggling right now because of some personal issues with my household and our business and whatnot. But anyway, we welcome you to the community, and we hope to see you in the Discord channel. Hey, Green Tea, I'm sorry, baby girl, but I'm getting ready to leave. Catch me on Discord, honey. Um, but I will be back on Friday. I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. Sometimes I have bonus streams on Wednesdays. And I'm looking to maybe stream a lot more often in general, but we'll see how that develops. So just stay tuned for that. And yeah, um, thank you, Ryan. Thank you so much, Ryan. You were so fun tonight. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm gonna go get the snot sucker, whatever Leah. I'm gonna buy the snot sucker.